Prime Minister Justin Trudeau sent a message to the hockey team bus crash. As details of the devastating crash between a bus carrying a Canadian junior hockey team and a truck emerged, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau sent an emotional message to the mourning nation. An entire country is in shock and mourning, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said in a statement released on Saturday. This is every parent's worst nightmare. No one should ever have to see their child leave to play the sport they love and never come back. Canadians have come together to support the victims' families, and a GoFundMe page has raised more than $2.5 million in less than 48 hours. According to local news outlet CTV, there was a 3-hour wait at a Saskatoon blood clinic as people were eager to help in any way they could. The collision took place Friday at 5 p.m. when the tractor-trailer truck and the bus crashed in Saskatchewan, Canada. There were 29 people on board the bus, including the driver. The junior team on the bus, the Humboldt Broncos, were headed to the town of Nepean for a semi-finals playoff game when the accident took place on Highway 35, about 19 miles north of Tisdale, according to the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. The victims so far have been identified by friends and family as head coach Darcy Horgan, team captain Logan Schetz, 20, Jackson Joseph, 20, Stephen Wack, 21, Adam Harold, 16, Logan Hunter, 18, and radio announcer Tyler Bieber. Logan Bullitt, 21, was taken off life support on Saturday and his organs were donated. The crash sent shockwaves of grief through the team's small hometown in a country united by the national sport. President Donald Trump shared his condolences on Twitter saying, "Just spoke to Justin Trudeau to pay my highest respect and condolences to the families of the terrible Humboldt team tragedy. May God be with them all." Humboldt Mayor Rob Young, wearing a green and yellow Broncos team jersey, hugged people on Saturday morning as they came to the Elgar Peterson Arena in the Saskatchewan town to comfort each other and learn more during a press conference. "It's overwhelming. It's been tough on everybody," Myunk said in a phone interview. "We're a small community. Some of those kids have been on the team for a number of years. A lot grew up in the community and everybody knows each other." The team was on its way to play in Game 5 of a semi-final against the Nepean Hawks. "Hockey was what brought us all together, and we had two communities that were rivals in the rink. To find out that it was their first responders that aided our boys just warms your heart," the mayor said as his voice cracked. Multiple crisis workers were assisting relatives and friends. "Everybody is just so devastated, these poor young boys," said Penny Lee, the communications manager for the town of Humboldt. It took several hours for victims to be pulled from the wreckage, according to CNN. At first it was reported that the truck crashed into the side of the bus. However, victims' accounts revealed that the bus was hit at the front head-on. Parent Tom Strashnitsky, whose son Ryan suffered a broken back in the crash, said, he remembers he was in the middle of the bus and then he remembers waking up when the paramedics took him off the bus. And he said, "I thought the semi T-boned right in the middle," but he said, "No, it was in the front of the bus." The Humboldt Broncos released a statement late Friday evening in wake of the crash. "Our thoughts and prayers are extended to the families of our staff and athletes as well as to all who have been impacted by this horrible tragedy. Our Broncos family is in shock as we try to come to grips with our incredible loss," Gehringer said. Back in Humboldt, groups rallied around Elgar Peterson Arena to show support for the players. "We were a family. You come to the rink. What's better than that?" Di Garnelny said to CBC, a player on last year's team. An image on Twitter reveals the impact of the crash and displays three players holding hands in hospital beds. One is seen wearing a neck brace. Derek Grayson and Nick Bonding and healing in hospital. The father of player Derek Patter captioned the photo. Mother Michelle Strashnitsky said her son Ryan, 18, was taken to the hospital after the crash. "We talked to him, but he said he couldn't feel his lower extremities, so I don't know what's going on," she said. "I am freaking out. I am so sad for all of the teammates, and I am losing my mind," she added. Kevin Gehringer, president of the Broncos, told TSN the team includes players from Edmonton, Slave Lake and Airdrie in Alberta and from Saskatchewan and Manitoba. Rescue officials said that 3 ambulance helicopters were dispatched to the scene. Father of Broncos player Nick Shumlansky said he got a call from his son, then picked him up. "There are casualties and it's very bad. We were at the scene helping," Miles Shumlansky said on the scene. "It was a disaster. We had a crane lifting the bus," he added. Humboldt, the Broncos' hometown, is a city with a population of 6,000. It is located about 70 miles east of Saskatoon, the largest city and economic hub of the western Canadian province of Saskatchewan. Kevin Henry, a coach who runs a hockey school in Prince Albert, said people are in shock. "It is sort of every parent's worst nightmare. This is, I would think, one of the darkest days in the history of Saskatchewan, especially because hockey is so ingrained in how we grow up here," Henry said. A GoFundMe page raising money for families affected by the crash had raised $337,267 of its $500,000 goal as of Saturday.